Jameson. Dude, so I didn't do a good job of taking like a right out the gate video, but still, just for sakes of showing you what we were working on and talking about. Like, this is after we had talked about shifting weight into the left and straightening this right leg. Of hey, we just need to have that intention. And really, if you took anything away of just the step then swing rhythm of just shift turn, and like just having that, like, hey, I step left and release it, and just creating that association, I think would be a huge step in the right direction. Just keeping that rhythm and having the rhythm be the overall sense of what we're trying to do, and just trying to clean. We talked a lot about just like cleaning up the thoughts of what we were having, and just like having one input of just, I'm going right foot, left foot is done. I know we're getting into the nitty gritty of like, hey, like I want to do XYZ, and like in transition, I want to feel this closed target, recentering a little bit more, and not opening up the hips and getting too far. So feeling more of that action, like from here, I feel like you could bring the arms more down and stay more closed. So I'll check this out. So these were really awkward, but I think you should do it more. So like when you're doing this one, I'm looking for you to slam how I stood right here. I want you to feel more of that check action. You're boom, doing this harder where you're slamming into this ground here. Boom. Like versus like you're kind of like stepping and swinging with the arms and clubs already, and the arms and the club already, as you're like kind of like softly going there. I want you to do it hard. So it comes around the corner right here. Okay. But then interesting, like how when you did that, like look at this loading with the hips. Like, dude, that's a different position there. So there's definitely some good things in like how we're loading and unloading. I mean, look at that impact position. Now, I will say too, like I think it's a little bit how you're loading and then how you're pushing off this right leg. Like I feel like we could do even a deeper dive and talk more about how we're using the ground here. But I just want to show you this too of like, do more of these because it was super uncomfortable. But you need to do more of them. And like same thing how I was saying, like you need to feel like you're landing closed and pushing hard here. I want you to do the same thing on this side where you're going and you're slamming up against this wall and you're pushing into the ground hard. Boom. And that's sending you whoop up that way hard. Okay, so check this. I know this is a practice swing, but I felt like this was like one of the better swings, and I liked how you stepped through. I shouldn't say one of the better swings I got on video. You made some good swings where you're hitting the ball, but I like how you were doing the step through. So you're feeling like that weight go right, left is done. And I like how you use a little trigger. Look how you're starting that thing. Boom. Look at the load here. Boom. You see that action? Boom. Look at our impact position, dude. Letting that foot slide. Posted, slammed up against there. Going up. That's nice. Dude, so check this out. So here's a down the line view. I'm going to show you. So like this bottom one was one of the later videos. And this is when we went into the sim after we'd worked a little bit. But look at the difference in the setup. So like you're standing much taller in this bottom video, closer to the ball, handle a little higher, feet not so far aimed right. I mean, that just looks like you're set up for success. So like if we dive into it a little bit, it's a little slow with this little skeleton view, but I wanted to show you this. In fact, let me turn it off for a second because it gets a little glitchy when you get in there. Freaks me out. So like we were talking about the takeaway. So like a little bit of the takeaway happens just from the setup. It's like just by you standing closer, like the takeaway gets better. And not so inside wipey lift up. I mean, look at the difference there, dude. I mean, and it looks nice. So let's go here. Let's link these things. So check this out. Let's go back to the skeleton. I wanted to show you this. Come on, skeleton. There we go. Oh, not both? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so coming into the ball. So I want you to look when you get through